and it's really because things are very wrong. Within our communities, things are so wrong just now in society. For anyone that doesn't abuse children or abuse themselves in society, you're going to have no help. It's my daughter's birthday today. She's 12 years old. She was abducted by my ex-partner. My mother doesn't get to see my daughter. My mother doesn't get to see her own granddaughter on her 12th birthday. Not pictures, not messages, not anything. Because this Polish abusive woman doesn't just take my children out of my life and call me all kinds of horrible things. The idea is to distance my children from an entire family, the entire half of who she is. We know this is child abuse. We know we're hurting children. We know it's to break family values and break up the family unit. But why we're continuing this? Why my mother has to suffer? Why myself as a father and my daughter have to go without because a dishonest woman and the funding that is available for the feminist child abuser. I'm seeing silly things. I mean, the silly things that feminists are bothered about. Feminists saying, oh, James Bond should be a man. What are you on about, Helen Mirren? You know, that's important enough to be in the newspaper. But abusing children and predators abusing children, not very important. We don't need that in the newspaper. So what do we need from here? Nothing. We don't need anything. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's just about trying to be polite with each other in your hometown just now. People are at a very end, they're so sick of things. Greek style yogurt. Don't know if this can be used the same way. Greek style yogurt. But it's £1.54. It says it's cultured, a culture of good taste, free range. So let's take some of this. The bread ain't worth it. Potato scones. Good old tanky scones, steady pea. Oh no. I'm going to buy it, right, we'll go for this. And we'll go for a packet of totty scones. No, I don't have the money to pay for it. You went on YouTube Live? Here we go. Lots of people watching you. Complain at the world in Iceland. It's not real Iceland, it's just a shop in Barhead called Iceland. You know what I mean? Ah, yeah. So £1.80 is the spendage today. And hopefully we'll make some Budvig protocol from this. Ah, yeah. A packet of 38 pence potato scones. Happy with that. And Lancashire Farm Greek style yogurt. I just put them down separately. The budget has been broken today, but we're quite happy with how much getting from that. Oh dear me indeed. But when you're spending over £2 in one shop, in fact it's not quite £2, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you can afford it then? I shouldn't have said that. No, I've still got enough for a date and take you for dinner later. I mean, I've still got enough money for all that.
Okay.
But okay, please, £1.92. Defending the realm. And the card still works.
It does. Would you like to see
It does. I don't need a receipt. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. Iceland always have very polite and welcoming staff. Not saying Asda don't, or Lidl don't, or Tesco don't. Just saying in general, the mood is that they can't be asked to work. And I can understand that within these shops. Like, you're not appreciated with any of the jobs that you're doing at the moment. And when you're in Asda, Iceland, Tesco, and you're calling that a job, and you're literally living just to have one holiday per year away from the place. Now, I've not had a holiday in years, and like you've seen, I can't really afford the food that I'm buying, although I've got a budget of £2 per day for that food. That's if I want to heat my home and have hot water. I need to stick to a budget of £2 per day, but it's impossible. You can't buy a single food item for that price. It isn't out of date. But we manage it. The only thing I want, more than any food item, more than anywhere I can go. Hi Jen. Oh, I need to see my daughter and son. On this 3 times, it's like, I'm sure there's some lovely people here. Some mothers and fathers that have got things to do with their time. I've got absolutely nothing of value to do with my time. I feel as if I'm an open air prison cell. Maybe it is an open air prison. This has got to change. Either it's got to change through my own attitude, but how can I change my attitude? And by me changing my attitude, I'm allowed to work. Hello, gorgeous. Hey, she's so sweet. She was lovely. 3 women and a gorgeous wee baby. And another woman picking up some dog turd. But we love them. That's why we do it. Yeah. I know some people are going to be shocked. Like, you said I pick up dog turd? Why would they pick up dog turd? That is what we've come to in society. Now I normally see these dog turds in bags hanging from trees, some lovely looking fruit trees. But the only reason I'm talking to you today isn't to tell you about the fruit trees. It's not to tell you about parental alienation. It's to say that I'm a father and I want to see my son and daughter. Come on, if any of your parents, you must understand this. If any of you have ever taken your child away from the other parent, would you teach that child to hate the other parent and tell the other parent that they hate them? Because what this parent is doing is saying, I know you better. I know you better than you know yourself. It's a very feminist thing to do. I know you better than you know yourself. So those thoughts in your head about loving your father, they're all wrong. He's a bad man. He's a bad man. And his family, that's why he's bad, because they're all bad. And that's a Polish family. Church-going family. Now I know my ex-partner doesn't believe in God or going to church or any of that stuff. But she'll use anyone. She'll use anyone. Even if it's extremely overweight Freemasonic guys that are photographers called Dave in Edinburgh. I'm not saying she would sit on his knee and make everyone uncomfortable, but Dave would be happy. And you might be her partner at that time and she's sitting on a fat, hairy photographer's knee. It's just sick. Some of the things that you put up with as a stupid little man, which I was, a stupid little man. Most of you might think I'm still there. Allowing this abusive woman just to make a fool of me. God, when I spoke to Leszek, 10 years he was down. 10 years an ex-partner. He couldn't trust another woman for 10 years. I've not been with another woman for 6 years. Do I have another 4 years of this? At this moment I couldn't. I don't mind if I have another relationship or not. I actively try and avoid them. I actively keep away. Even from those that I like. In my head, the imagination of being with that person is not the truth. That's why I'm willing to forgive. Because I believe others are always willing to show love, compassion, forgiveness, and be honest and open and vulnerable. That's what I believe their relationship was. Men are quite soft. Fathers are quite soft. Lost. And it's not death they're fearing. They don't fear death. They welcome death, actually. Hi, anyone that's saying hi. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Probably the same people. Police related. I mean, who's really got time through the day? It's unemployed people by this point are going to be drunk or off their head in drugs. Pharmaceutical drugs given by the state instead of help. So I understand. It's always nice to see a father and his children. Always amazing. And we do see that about here. It's just when you know where the mother is. So high in drugs she can't see her children. But she's assisted to be that way. They don't assist men or women to become value members of any community. They'll make the woman a vicious woman, and she can get a job through charities and then work for other charities or behalf of the councils, or even for citizens' advice. As long as you're a violent, abusive woman and you can sound quite the opposite, you'll be supported. You don't have to be capable, competent, none of this thing. Because wonderful mothers are in the same boat, similar positions to this one, as the 90% of fathers, considering, is this worth it? Should I keep going? What's the point? You know, every birthday, every Christmas, every New Year, every special occasion you might think of, you don't get to spend any of that time with your son or daughter. But I'm watching my mum cry today. I'm watching my disabled mother cry because not only is she feeling so sick and sorry for her son and granddaughter not getting to spend time with each other, but she's not getting to see her grandchildren. My mother's not getting to be with her grandchildren because parasites abuse children and we fund the parasites. It's never been different. It's never been different. If you can name someone famous and wealthy, I can show you where they've exploited and abused people. But we don't want to look at that, because as soon as they're wealthy enough, they get looked after. Especially if they're vicious, dishonest and incapable. And that's when they're propelled. Same with men. God, I'm so tired of my own voice. I just cannot stand me. There you go. I shut up when it faces this way. Just enjoy. That's Auchenbach School. Some people from the neighbourhood. Sometimes they say hi. Sometimes they say bye. Sometimes they say nothing. I'll let you know, all these little groups are part of the Eastern Star and Freemasons, or Catholic. The ladies, my good lady friends, I would say just a trickle older than myself, they always tell me about the Eastern Star, tell me about the groups of women. They understand fully about the little nattering groups and why they're in churches, church buildings. They're in church buildings because those are the people that spread rumours and lies about your town. Most fathers, if they're in my position here, are going to be off their faces. That's why all our taxi drivers are now Muslim African or ex-drug addicts. I'm not allowed to be a taxi driver. I think you know that. I'm not allowed to do any basic menial task in Scotland. But that's what happens when you're a criminal. I'm just waiting for my data to run out. If anyone's there, yes, I'm sorry, I'm just looking to waste the data on my phone. I've got like 2 gigabytes of data left, and if I finish this, then I'm not going to have to, I won't come on tomorrow. I won't be looking at anything on WhatsApp, sending messages, doing YouTube. And you know, it's easy. It's a bit difficult. I feel as if I'm hitting withdrawal symptoms when I put down my phone or turn off YouTube. But within a day, I feel so much better. This is terrible for your mental health. It's good for your mental health, walking about and getting to speak to no one and knowing that at least it's going to be there. People can come on and judge. And that's so good when people have opinions. And opinions are like bottom holes. Everybody has one. Bottom. Okay. It's been lovely speaking to you. Let's see who's been there. Mary Larkin. Mary. Is that Mary? Hi, Mary. Mary Larkin. Is that a bot? How was your day going? Sam McKenzie. Are you a bot? A policeman? I think most people, if you come on here, I think most people, either from some Polish investigation through their prosecutors or something like that, because they know Marek Wieczór, the judge, is corrupt. They know Krzysztof Rosinski, the prosecutor, is corrupt. They know prosecutor Catherine, that lives in the very same area as her friends, my ex-partner's family, the one that abused me and threw me in a prison cell. Kidnap. Yeah, prosecutor Catherine kidnapped me in Gorzów and threw me in a prison cell. A friend of the family kidnapped me. A woman had me kidnapped by police, Polish police, and thrown in a prison cell as a terrorist. Prosecutor Catherine then asked Prosecutor Krzysztof Rosinski, please help me because I've committed a severe crime of terrorism against a father, and he's loud. This is me. And that's why I tell you about it. Morning. Morning, pal. How's your day going today? You know what? It'd be so good if I got to see my daughter and son, Ava and Matthew. It's Ava's birthday. She's 12 years old today, and she's in Gorzów Wielkopolski in Poland, where I was held as a terrorist because the family friend of the child abusers, Prosecutor Catherine, she had me taken off the street and held as a terrorist in Poland. Now she, therefore, as a terrorist, there should be a wanted terrorist suspect. Her name is Prosecutor Catherine. She lives in Gorzów Wielkopolski in Gorczyn in Poland, next to the Lidl. And I've seen her and her partner and 2 sons and maybe more, but she's happy to take the words of her neighbour and friend, a court-documented child abductor that lied about being raped, and she took her word over a man that won in court. How is that a possibility? How can you just take fathers out of their children's lives? How can you do that? You can do that when a beast is funded. And you fund the beast to do so, that's what happens. Now here we go, this is my safe space for the rest of the day. You want to see this, you're welcome to come here. I'll make your lunch, well, breakfast, lunch or dinner, depends when you arrive. But you're welcome here. It's always really, really nice out here. We'll relax, we'll eat some Budwig cream, or Budwig muesli, whatever you prefer. We'll do a bit of gardening, micro gardening. You can help me wash my windows. I'm never motivated to do that, especially when the sun's right against them and we need to wait till 5 o'clock, and after 5 o'clock I switch off. Yeah, if there's anyone out willing to go south from Scotland, can you drop me a message or send me a message or let me know somehow? If you send a message today, if you're willing to go to Europe or travel to Europe, can I come along with you? I'm willing to go along. I hear I am brew is Nessie canned and sold at a premium. Aye, here Irn-Bru is Nessie. Aye. Irn-Bru is fantastic. Any of those fizzy pop drinks, I don't touch any of them. I used to, but the only drink I would take would have been Irn-Bru. I can Irn-Bru, and I would take that before a pint of lager. But no, I prefer water and lemon or water and lime, because it's made me feel a whole lot better than that. You get a thick, sickly feeling after you've been drinking like fizzy pop, whatever you call it. We call fizzy pop in Scotland. Now this is something that might sound weird, but we call fizzy pop, like Coca-Cola, Irn-Bru, we call that ginger. We say a can of ginger or a bottle of ginger. Ginger. Ginger is known as our soft drinks in Scotland. So you can walk into a shop in Scotland and go, "Gi's a bottle of cola, gi's a bottle of ginger," and they'll say, "What type of ginger?" What type of ginger? Now I didn't really have a clue what ginger was until I got older and found out it wasn't a glass bottle with soda pop in it. Goodness me. Let's learn and remember a few things. Today, dad mode and dark mode. This man's very good at explaining the situation of the abuse faced by children and their fathers, and 10% of beautiful mothers facing this child abuse, which everyone seems to be ignoring because it's called parental alienation, so they just ignore it. They think it's about the parent being alienated, and it's not. It's about a child being abused by the other parent. Yeah, but women are funded to abuse children. Women. If there's more women out there than you have ever been hurt for, abusive, because you've managed to receive something from doing it, you've been controlling, manipulative, then you're no different from any man, because you're the very same. But mothers are abusing and killing children at such a huge, high rate compared to fathers. It's just sick. That's why I don't trust my ex-partner. I trust Poland more than I trust Scotland and the UK. Yeah, I trust Poland more. They're a country that's not awash. They've still got mothers and fathers. They've still got some decency. But they're ran by a Catholic cult that allows paedophilia, that allows child abuse and supports women that are violent, abusive and hurt children. If you send an address, and if you want some Irn-Bru, or if you want some Scottish candy, I'll send it to you. If you want anything from here, just ask. I'll try and do, or send what it is you need. I'm not going to ask for additional monies for doing so, but if you do need anything from Scotland and I have the capability of getting it for you, I'll send it to you. Please just ask. If you are heading to Europe and you're going through Scotland at any point, please drop me a message. I would love to travel along with you. I'd love to just leave today. I apologise that I don't have money to pay up front for any fuel. I will have enough money just to pay for food and things like that, get us along. But I do hope to gain some support as I leave. I don't really need the financial help, but it'll be good. It makes things easier. But if you've got some wheels and you're willing to help and you're near Glasgow, please give me a shout. I'm spending so much time in this because I'm waiting for the data to run out. Maybe I'm waiting for 10,000 subscribers or whatever it is you need so you can monetize the channel. But you know, I don't think I'd bother monetizing the channel because I prefer to speak my mind and not self-edit, although I'm doing that at this moment. Like when I speak to people, I don't really say what I want to say because I could tear them to pieces, and you could probably do the same, and you don't want to hurt people's feelings. But this is exactly what the sinister system set up to do to fathers and children. To tear them apart, to tear them a new backside and feel as if they're not worthy. You are worthy. Men do need to be heard. I do really thank the gentleman that does this content. Men need to be heard. Dad mode and dark mode. Love the content. Anti-narc. The guy's very similar to myself. He'll not care about your likes. He'll not care about people joining to support him, because most people join him to put him down, like here. That doesn't mean that we don't have a handful of people that do want to support us and show some love and commitment to children, that they get to see both parents who are safe and loving. I feel so upset. A 47-year-old man, I've failed in this life. Totally failed. Totally failed. Failed my children, and that's what's made me a failure. I've got absolutely no care about the next minute. What's coming next? As long as I've got us in fear, they don't care. I'm going to get in and have a Budwig. I keep thinking I might just stop posting, but I'm going to check later to see if anybody wants to travel through to Europe, to Poland. They'll be picking me up in a special car as soon as I get to Poland, believe me. They'll be picking me up and sticking me in prison. They want to hurt me. They want to hurt me. The Catholic cult, they want to hurt me. Oh. I'm out here to say goodbye. Your time and courage and commitment's appreciated. Spending time with me, listening to the words that I speak, I wouldn't bother. I get annoyed at my own voice. I'm pretty much done with all of this. But you guys keep coming on here, so you're obviously either AI bots, or you care, or you want to give me a rattle in the chin. Either way, I'm waiting. Thank you very much for paying attention. Thank you very much for being part of this. Ava, Matthew, Daddy loves you so much. Happy birthday. I wish more than anything I could be with you today. I wish more than anything, Ava, that I could spend time with you and sing happy birthday, give you a big cuddle, like every other year they've stolen, every other Christmas and every other New Year. Fathers are parents too, man. You've got to know this.